All right, so we got Constantin Valdor explained by an Australian. By the way, y'all, I am live on Twitch playing Batman Arkham Knight right now. Make sure you guys come through. Link in the description. Also, link in the comments down below. And other than that, man, let's get right to it. Let's go.
G'day, guys and gal. Everyone likes custodians, no exceptions.
All right, now I'm gonna keep it. Oh no, hold up, y'all. Now we learned something before I even get into it, y'all. I remember this thing with Timmy and Majorkill. I remember he said something about him getting in trouble. So every time, you know, bro pop up on the screen, y'all, we gotta skip it a little bit. No lie, y'all. We not we not playing. Also, y'all, Constantin Valdor, I've heard of his name so many times. Like, I've heard West Hammer mention his name. I've heard Majorkill mention his name. I've heard so many people mention this guy's name. But I was like, yo, we don't really know too much about this dude. Let's, like, do a video on him. Let's, you know, see what he's about. And, yeah, but, hey, real quick, we're going to skip a little bit forward. All right, there we go.
Scary. Not a single Custodian has ever fallen to chaos, and in recent lore, they're finally getting the love and the respect they deserve. You hear that, Guy Haley? No more Custodians getting one-shot by Harlequins these days. There is one Custodian that stands above the rest, a warrior so skilled and powerful that he was considered a Primarch in all but name. Plus, his name is criminally badass, Constantin Valdor.
Okay. Now, this dude, I don't know if y'all know, but we actually seen this dude in the new Warhammer Horus Heresy like trailer, whatever, that came out like 2 to 3 weeks ago, y'all. And I think he was like talking. I was like, yo, bro, why he talking like he him? And y'all went crazy on me in the comments. Y'all was like, yo, oh yeah, he is him, bro. He is him, bro. Hey, I thought I was about to get jumped. Yo, for real. Yo, to be honest with you, I felt the punches through the screen. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, yo, whoa, hold up. Whoa. I started defending my face and everything. I dropped the phone. I'm like, man, yo, what's going on? Bro, y'all really stood up for this dude, bro. For real. So let's give him some respect, because y'all almost body slammed me, you know, through the abyss. So,
like, bro, what kind of name is that? That's awesome. With a huge recent reveal of Valdor in the lore, as well as him getting some time in the sun during the Horus Heresy, I thought now was as good a time as any to chat about the Banana King. So yeah, like, obvious spoiler warning, but every lore video is full of spoilers, so get over it. Let's get into it. Hard on for Valdor when Valdor was just a young boy. Sorry, the Emperor was hell-bent on finding and turning—
Wait, what did he just say? What did he just say?
Valdor into a Custodian from day one.
Yo, by the way, before we even, like, you know, just unravel everything, y'all, thank y'all so much, bro. Your boy has reached affiliate on Twitch. That was actually one of my goals this year. You know, was to hit affiliate on Twitch. And bro, y'all got it for me, man. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much, man. You know, shout out to Twitch. You know, shout out to everybody, you know, who comes through for the Twitch, man. We will be playing our first story mode game today. And again, thank y'all so much, man. I really appreciate it. Y'all definitely made you know, one of my dreams come true, and you know, in the sense of like me playing you know, me becoming affiliate on Twitch, man. I've always wanted to, like, you know, become affiliate and stuff like that. Thank y'all so much, man. And other than that, yo, by the way, I'm trying to like work on getting like a camera you know, like next month, so we can just like, so y'all can see my face and stuff like that whenever I play these games.
As the wars of unification rang out across Terra, the Emperor upheaved continents and moved entire armies across the world just to find Cozzy. Yes, I'm gonna call him Cozzy because that's what he'd be called if he was in Australia. This lends a whole bunch of weight to the argument that Cozzy wasn't amazing because the Emperor wanked extra hard onto him, but because he himself was a legend regardless of if he was a Custodian or not. The effort required to snag up this boy was not wasted. Cozzy would turn out to be a master assassin, a master warrior, a master diplomat, a master commander, and a master baiter. He was literally the best—
Oh my God, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What have we become? Lord have mercy. Oh my goodness. I could see why Majorkill had to change up his act a little bit, bro. This man was unhinged, y'all.
At everything, but he did it all in a very straightforward way. For example, when he was sent to kill a bitch who stole some water, he was able to sneak past her army despite being in full golden plate. He then had a polite discussion with the bitch, telling her his name and informing her that he would pass on any last words she had to the Emperor. When she threatened to scream and sound the alarm, he calmly told her that would just result in the death of her army as well as her.
Wait, he had that much aura? Wait a minute, so he was like, yo, if you even scream out, like, dinner's ready, bro, I'm taking you and your army out. Here's one thing I'm gonna say. He kind of reminds me. I mean, ooh, I don't want to say that. That's disrespectful. I'm gonna say like based on like his look, you know, with the bald head, with like the little with the messed up mohawk. He kind of like reminds me of like a Warhammer Kratos, but that's disrespectful. Nobody ever comes close to Kratos. You know, Kratos is bro. I got Kratos literally like mollywhopping any Warhammer character, bro. Like for real. But yeah, he need to throw this mohawk away instantaneously. This mohawk is nasty, bro. He got the he got the Chuck Norris. Like his mohawk is ill.
An example of him being a master diplomat
bro.
was when another bitch was going to betray the emperor.
Bro, what is you? Bro, he out here giving every girl the B word. Low it, bro. Like, man, calm down.
And used some Thunder Warriors to arrest Cozy. Now, Cozy knew she was a traitor, and he knew that he would have no issue massacring the Thunder Warriors and her in a single stroke if he had to. But instead, he took the time and effort to chat to her and basically convince her not to be a traitor. When she accepted this, he let her live and no one died. To show off how monstrous he was in combat, the Emperor made him a special spear, which was actually designed to nerf him. He was literally unbeatable and could cut through armies like a whippersnipper cutting through grass.
Okay, wow. So he was just overpowered. He was like he was like one of those like characters, and usually like some series, and I don't really know one off the bat, but yeah, like a lot of series like anime, video games, or whatever. I don't really watch anime. I just say anime just to say it. They have like these obnoxious like overpowered characters. Let's say for example, y'all, in Dragon Ball, what's his name? Majin Buu, just overpowered for no reason. Overpowered for no reason. Like he legit in the series had to get nerfed. Bro, did y'all know that they made him go to sleep, and that's why he couldn't participate in the Tournament of Power? Do you know how crazy that is? Like that like. To this day, I would never like understand it. I'm like, yo, he's so cracked out and so like overpowered that they have to come up with some type of excuse to like not have him in the Tournament of Power. Like he's that cracked out, like he's that powerful. Is crazy. Like they gotta like nerf him a little bit. Like that's ridiculous, y'all.
It got to a point that the Emperor was worried that Valdor was losing what little humanity he had left. Hence, the spear he gave to Valdor showed.
Tell me what little humanity, bro. You created all these demons. What are you talking about?
Valdor the soul of each person he killed as he killed them. He wanted to maintain Valdor's empathy and to stop him from becoming an automaton. You would think that learning the life story of everyone you killed would get a bit too heavy, but Valdor pretty much never let go of the spear, and he accepted the burden that the Emperor had put upon him. Valdor does a bunch of other crazy OP shit that we will get to. I want to keep this video somewhat chronological, even though it's less a direct lore retelling and more so a deep dive into Valdor's character whilst using the lore as examples. Does that make sense? It doesn't to me. Let's continue. Now, it's not entirely clear how the Emperor wanted to shape Cozy. He made Cozy a slave to his will and a tool for his use, which eroded most of Valdor's humanity, but he didn't want just an effective robot either. Whilst Valdor was totally cool with just being the Emperor's bitch, even admitting he knew he had no true.
Hey, Valdor, you gonna let Majorkill talk like that? I would never. Yo, Valdor, man, he calling you all sorts of work, bro. Last time I checked, men don't like that. Yo, if you call a man a B word, and I can't say it because YouTube, I don't want to get yellow yarked from YouTube, bro. If you call a man a B word, bro, man, that's fighting material, bro. Yo, Valdor, what you gonna do about that, bro? Yo, Valdor, what you gonna do? Yo, Valdor, what you? Look at me instigating. Yo, Valdor, what you gonna do? Yo, Valdor, he called you a B word, bro. Yeah, Majorkill did. What you gonna do? I ain't say it. He said that.
Free will, and that the Emperor had taken everything for him, the Emperor seemingly became less cool with it. It's almost like the Emperor realized that the path he had set down for humanity was full of sacrifice and all-round shittiness.
Yo, Emperor, I'm so tired of you making things and creating things for a good purpose and it backfiring. Bro, this is Warhammer. What did you expect? I would automatically think that the Emperor would know because, he has a bunch of sons who do the exact same thing, that they are unhinged, that these guys have problems already, they have problems coming up in the first place. What makes you think that something that you created was going to be all good and all knowing and whatever? Bro, you can't give these things free will. Y'all ever notice what y'all call it? The Custodians, bro, they don't have free will. Yo, the Emperor, whenever the Emperor made them or whatever, bro, they don't have, bro. They don't have free will, bro. They stand there next to the Emperor, bro. They smell his draws. His draws is stinking, bro. Their nose is melted off their face, bro. Bro, they stand there like they are part of the Emperor, if that makes sense. You know, like they're his like his little security guards, basically. They're like his little hitters. You know, they're you know, wherever he point, they go. They don't have any free will, brother. Whenever you make these whenever you make like these Primarchs and stuff like that, whatever, and they got free will, bro, they're gonna make some pretty bad decisions. I'm sorry, that's happened. There has been so many characters that I've seen or that I even heard that the Emperor made that made terrible decisions. These guys are not good people. The only person that you made that's an amazing, just good, just overall, just beautiful person, it's Vulcan. That's it. Point blank period. Like, come on, bro. And if y'all disagreeing, y'all just haters.
So he did what he could to try and save a few souls along the way. The Unification Wars began to wrap up because, you know, mutants cosplaying as characters from Mad Max don't tend to fare too well against people like Kozzy, and Kozzy is then told to cull the Thunder Warriors. The reason for the culling was that the Thunder Warriors were crudely made and had anger management problems as well as raging cancer. If you're gonna save mankind and be seen as the heroes, it's best not to have all your warriors look like a bunch of Batman villains. Hence the Thunder Warriors were rounded up and mowed down by Valdor and the other Custodians without too much effort. One legion of Thunder Warriors were able to escape the slaughter, and they led a counterattack against the Imperial Palace as a bit of a fuck you. Totally fair enough in my opinion. As the Thunder Warriors charged, the first Space Marines to be made fought them and were dominating them. When the leader of the Thunder Warriors fought Valdor, he was quickly curb stomped and got murdered pretty hard. Adios, Thunder Warriors. Now, whilst this had been going on, the Emperor had begun to work on the Primarchs, and Valdor wasn't a fan.
Oh, wait a minute. So Valdor came before the Primarchs. So Emperor, you didn't learn your lesson? So this makes you even look worse. Yo, big imp. Yo, big imp, you didn't learn your lesson? Did you not learn your lesson? You should have been learned your lesson. From the jump, you should have been learned your lesson. And then, not only did you not learn your lesson, you created 1, 2, 3, 4. He doesn't count. 5. He doesn't count either. He's cool. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 menaces to society. These two, they don't count. No, as a matter of fact, no. Where's Sansan? Where's Sansan? He doesn't count either. Here he is. Sanguinius doesn't count. So you made 15 school threats. These 3, 1, 2, and 3, they don't count.
The Primarchs were the first things the Emperor had created that were entirely unpredictable. Now, being unpredictable is different from lacking free will. The Thunder Warriors had plenty of free will, but were predictably put down without much effort after fulfilling the roles they were predicted to do. The Primarchs, however, were a massive wildcard, and whilst Valdor was like, bruh, he didn't push the issue much and he trusted the Emperor's judgment. Whoops. The Primarchs are scattered and the Great Crusade begins. Now, during the start of the Crusade, the Emperor was very active in purging and Valdor fought by his side. They delivered unbelievable amounts of ass kicking to anyone that didn't immediately drop to their knees or bend over. Kozzy doesn't have a whole lot of deep lore around this point, as the attention went more towards finding the Primarchs and their own little quests, and less about how hard the Emperor and the Custodians were skull fucking orcs to death. This, combined with the fact that Kozzy is not a super opinionated or talkative guy, meant that even during the Council of Nicaea, which was a little gathering the Emperor put together to decide whether or not it was okay for humans to shoot lightning out of their cocks, he favoured neither side and he just kinda watched. As a fun little side note here, it's rumoured that during sparring matches, Valdor was able to beat numerous Primarchs and he even beat Horus. It really came down to a skill versus power thing. Valdor was more skilled than most of the Primarchs and he was significantly older.
I mean, bro, you're older than water. You should be. Like, are these all, like, are all the Primarchs, like, at their, like, best? Are they all, like, peaked? Because if they're not, then, like, yo, like, congrats. Like, you beat a bunch of young Primarchs. Cool. Like, I mean, I didn't hear him say he beat Vulcan, so, I didn't. Like, there's no way this Constantin Valdor guy could beat Vulcan. There's no way.
Than all of them, but their raw strength and bullshit OP Primarch hacks were greater than Valdor's. When the Emperor decided it was time to finally paint his fuck huge backlog of minis, he went back to Terra and he took Kozzy and his Custodians with him. As we know, this didn't pan out so well, as Horus was turning into a dickhead and fell to chaos. Magnus, trying to be a good guy in the wrong way, psychically projected himself to the Emperor, knocking off a huge bottle of Nuln oil in the process and ruining the Emperor's minis. This caused the Emperor to rage and send Valdor as well as Leman to go bring Magnus back home for a huge spanking. Now Valdor was a good call to send, Leman was not, hence when they arrived at Prospero to grab Magnus, Leman instead attacked the planet with the intention of killing Magnus. Valdor was like, what the fuck bro, relax. But then he saw the Thousand Sons had continued to use warp spaghetti in violation of the Emperor's edict, hence he happily joined the slaughter. On the battlefield, Valdor was a genuine beast, his highlight being him taking on 30 elite Thousand Son warriors who were able to see the future, hence predict all of Valdor's attacks. Well, just because you can see something coming doesn't mean you can stop it. If Stephen Hawking predicted that in 30 seconds The Rock would body slam him, he's got 30 seconds to say goodbye.
I got something in my throat, y'all.
Valdor tore through all 30 of these warriors and he only suffered a single wound, which he just kinda copped and then continued killing. With Prospero destroyed, Cosy would come home and immediately be required to deploy the Custodians to the now fucked up human webway in order to hold back the tide of demons. To make matters even more worse, Horus revealed his betrayal and all but wiped out the Salamanders, Raven Guard, and Iron Hands. The Custodians and Valdor weren't able to go out and deal with Horus as their full attention was now on trying to clear out the webway. With the Horus Heresy in full swing, Valdor took up a position on the Imperial War Council and helped dictate and direct the Loyalist armies, whilst the Emperor was busy playing Paradox Billiards Vostrian Roulette 4th Dimensional Hypercube Chess Strip Poker against Tzeentch. It was Valdor who put together the team of elites and sent them to kill Horus. Dawn wasn't a fan of this because he's all about,
hey, we gotta do a video on her, bro. We gotta do a video on her, no lie. And the reason I said that is because we gotta learn all the information about all these guys. So we're gonna start off with her first. Yeah.
building and honor and shit, whilst Valdor is all about getting shit done. The assassination failed and no more was sent out. When the Siege of Terror occurred, Valdor once again made the traitor Astartes his bitch. He raw doggied them time and time again, reliving the lives of countless traitors and even demons. Time and time again his mind and soul were exposed to the pure corruption of chaos with every kill he made, yet he didn't even flinch or balk. Despite putting in a fat shift, he could not prevent Horus from turning the Emperor into a vegetable, even though Horus was killed as a result and the traitors had lost. Now pretty much everyone felt despair when the Emperor was kinda killed. The Custodians entered into a deep depression and refused to leave the palace. The Primarchs' daddy issues got turned up to 11, with the Lion even stabbing Leman in the chest with his sword. You would think that Valdor, the Emperor's greatest servant other than Malcador, would be completely shattered and heartbroken, but he was actually the one that encouraged the Primarchs to dust themselves off. He told Leman that there was still light and glory ahead for mankind, and not to give up hope. Valdor and Leman had a special bro code, which was symbolized by both of them being given matching spears by the Emperor. Whilst Valdor never put his down, Leman refused to pick his up. It was pretty cute, you know. Soon after this, Valdor left into exile to pursue the unknown. Until recently, he's back baby, and by God he hasn't been idle. Basically, in the latest Eisenhorn book, the identity of the King in Yellow was revealed to be Cosy. The King was a mysterious dude who seemed to be at odds with the protagonist, but it turns out it was just Cosy trying to single-handedly carry the Imperium. He's found himself a pocket dimension in which he is making a fuck-off huge army of blank clones, good guy demons, and some kind of variant of Space Marine. It's all a bit vague, but general theme is that he's preparing for something big. The characters theorize that he's trying to discover the true name of the Emperor, which obviously has set off some alarm bells. There's a theory that the Emperor's true name, in combination with the Tree of Life, could be enough to get the Emperor's bony ass off the Golden Throne. Considering—
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Even though bro's a school threat, even though he's like an S tier just menace, his armor does not look bad at all. I will admit that. Then he got the angel wings in the back. Okay.
Valdor and Ross—
Alright, he looks kind of fly. Okay.
are two sides of the same coin, have matching spears, and are both seemingly trying to resurrect the Emperor. This actually makes a lot of sense. Until Cuzzy explains a bit more though, it definitely comes off as a bit heretical. In saying that though, Cuzzy has always been a super practical guy. If an army of blanks, mutated space marines, and friendly demons is the best way to go about something, you bet your ass Valdor is going to use them. Or maybe I'm just completely wrong and the Banana King is sick of everyone's shit and wants to genocide the galaxy. Either way, I'm on his side. And that does us for today, guys. Shout
out to our boy Majorkill, man, for this video. All right, so I definitely know who this guy is now. Bro, y'all, like I said before, y'all absolutely destroyed me in the comments, bro. Y'all was giving me all types of 10-piece combos and everything about this dude. So, all right, he got my respect. And then I heard that he gave the Primarchs the beat. So, I mean, they didn't say Vulcan. They said Horus. They didn't say Vulcan. But other than that, man, comment down below what y'all think about this video. Also, right now, I am live on Twitch, literally right now. Thank y'all so much for helping the boy become a Twitch affiliate, man. I really appreciate it, man. And I'm going to see y'all in the stream. Bye, everyone.